Howdy, y'all. So, I'm in a good mood today, but I was in like kind of funk for a little bit, right? Because I was just like, man, I'm in the pits of hell. And like, I was going like to manifestation techniques, trying to trick the brain into being motivated, trying to do those reward techniques and all that like neuroscience stuff. And I kind of just came to the realization about ego and identity. And I'm going to break it down because ego is kind of like the neuroscience state of things, and identity is more of the energetic state of things. It's the more, I would say, physics thing. And like, I'm honestly, if I was smarter, I would be a physicist. I love physics so fucking much because that's the laws of the universe, right? I mean, like, everything's made up of atoms. Like, that's the smallest fundamental part of ourselves, are atoms. And atoms are what? Always vibrating, always radiating frequency, always have energy states. And that's where I really feel like identity comes from, because whenever we function from an ego point of view, we're kind of making ourselves the doer. We're kind of claiming the creator role, which I don't think is really accurate. I think creation has more to do with alignment than anything else, and it's alignment with energy states instead of alignment of your thoughts. Because if you think about what your thoughts are, right? Your thoughts aren't your own. Your thoughts are responses to energy states. And if I'm going to be more specific, your thoughts are literally just interpretation of energy. Because energy is always present, and energy is probably what I would equate to consciousness. It's just our sensor and trying to make sense of these energy state changes. So yeah, that's why I don't like the ego perspective, because it's all about hard work, putting yourself out there, discipline, like just trick your brain, here's all these hacks and all this stuff. You have to do the shadow work and all this stuff. But the thing is, if you're living from an energetic state, if you're living from identity, your higher purpose, from a higher vibrational state, what you're doing, like once you start that work, once you surrender and live in that, you don't have to be ready to start seeing results. Like, you will be met where you're at. This will probably get copyrighted, so good song. But it has more to do like with vibrational states, right? Because that creates resonance, and energy does not fucking lie. Like, you cannot lie to yourself. Man, good song. Sorry, I'm a little distracted, but like, energy doesn't lie. Thoughts can lie because it's like deception. And if you think about what thoughts are, if you think about what words are, they all contain their own vibration, their own frequency. And yeah, I don't really know where I'm trying to go with that, because I'm like, kind of goes against my point, because it's like, if words have energy, then you can create a new frequency, which isn't really what I'm trying to say. Because like, reality is like, we try to manipulate our outcomes, our experiences by willpower, but really what the key trick is just surrendering and allowing life to flow through us. Because a lot of times we attach to our external circumstances or our external like environment. We attach to rewards, we attach to our story and what we think we deserve, and all of this kind of comes from a lack standpoint. The reason we cling on to things is because we are scared to lose them. We identify with them, and whenever we do that, we limit ourselves to potential. Because in our life, it's kind of like any video game, like where you have inventory. Like, you can only take so much, and the thing is, there's always better things coming. So life is like catch and release until you're just living in a state of fulfillment, and where the outcome really doesn't matter anymore, because you're so present within your own body And all of that is kind of just one train of thought. Another train of thought is like alchemy and creating from that sense, from an energy point of view. Once you realize you're the observer, right, that you're responding to energy states external to yourself, and that you're just encountering energy. Once you put yourself as the observer, then you can identify blockages. You can see where the blocking is and alchemize it, because you're no longer a victim of it. You're no longer trying to fix it. You're just trying to create movement. And that's kind of all life is about, is fluidity. And the way you get fluidity is by observing, being introspective, and not doing it with attachment, not attaching it to judgment, not attaching it to shame, but just the realization, calling it forward and letting it move through you. And yeah, that's kind of the realization I've been having. And yeah, that's kind of why I don't like the deserve mindset, because that comes with entitlement. The energy behind that is not grounded, it's not stable. It's that lack and scarcity mindset, and that's what you're projecting energetically. So it's always important to really just observe what's going on around you and take a moment before you act to see where it's coming from, the deeper truth, and, you know, alchemize it. And once you observe, you can control the outcome. And not necessarily control the outcome, but align the energy with where you're trying to go, which is a set path, may I add, because like energy states are independent to the individual. Like you have your highest energy state you can reach, and it's individual and tuned to you. So that's like another thing I want to make a video on, about destiny and creation. But that's for another video. I just wanted to pop on real quick, and this song will probably get copyrighted. Good song. But yeah, I just wanted to pop on and just share that thought of living from an energetic state instead of a control state, and learning to be more present in your body, and learning that giving up the idea of the outcome, giving up the dream, the vision, and surrendering and leaning into trust is where real change and real manifestation starts to happen. That's where fulfillment starts to happen, and it is more resistant to burnout. So you're not always striving for the next best thing. You can just be present within your own body and not come from a search standpoint, but just live in your higher purpose and just feeling that energy state of raising your vibration, if that makes sense. This is a very confusing video, very complex topics that I can't articulate, but it's okay. I'm gonna learn, I'm gonna get better. I'm gonna continue talking, continue filming, continue formulating ideas and sharing them with y'all. So there's probably multiple videos of me gonna come out of me explaining this, but yeah, I hope y'all enjoy. Hope y'all got something out of it. Hopefully a perspective shift that y'all can relate to and implement into your lives. It's kind of what I'm doing right now. Acknowledging energy states and realizing I'm not stuck. It's just I need to transmute energy and serve it to my favor, if that makes sense. But yeah, peace out. I want to wait for the drop. Okay, bye y'all.